All right, for Work Together 16.2, we're going to be journalizing our closing entries. So just like the last one, I went ahead and I just went through and listed all the account titles to make things go a little bit smoother on my end for you. So this is the same setup you're going to use every time. You're going to go through and close out all of your income statement accounts. So that means you're closing them, so they're going to be closed, so you don't have to worry about them anymore. All right, so first things first, I listed closing entries, and we're going to go through by closing my sales. So my sales on my income statement is a credit. In order to close it, I need to put it into the debit column. So it is listed here as at 430,521.58. All right, my purchases discount number is also a credit, so I need to put it in the debit to close it, is a 345.25. And my purchases, returns, and allowances is given to me as a 5548.74. All right, and I need to put those, add these three numbers up and put them over here on the right side as a credit to my income summary so that they are close to the income summary. Now, all these numbers right here were found on the worksheet that was given to me in the directions. And I'm going to add those three up to get a total of 436,415.57. All right, so now here's the next part. I'm going to do this number last because what's going to happen is I'm going to add up all of my credit closures to get that last and final number. So first things first, I'm also going to show you a trick where you can get that number from, but I'd like to go through and journalize them down here so that you can see where I'm pulling them from first. So I'm going to start with sales discount. On my worksheet, sales discount is a debit of $215, so I need to credit it at $215. Remember, these are all listed as debits, so they all need to be listed as credits to close them. Next one, sales returns and allowances, 4153.28. Purchases, 174,481.20. I'm just going down my list. $6,000 for advertising expense. Cash over and short is $4.84. Listed as a debit. Putting it as a credit to close it. Remember, debit to credit means it's closed out. Next one, 5148.25. Next one, depreciation expense, office equipment, $3,410. 6420. 11,000. Miscellaneous, 4150. 8745.25. 12,000 for rent. Salary expense, 97,458.84. Supplies office, 1448.55. Supplies store, 3248.11. Uncollectibles, 1500. I'm going to scroll down a little bit here. Utilities is 5648.40. And then my last one for this group of numbers I'm going to use is going to be federal income tax expense, which is 19,948.91. Now, you can add these numbers up, and it'll give you this income summary number. Or there's also a trick. If you look down on your income statement column, which is column 5, and you look down to line 50, you're going to notice there's a number in there that is, the number total is 364,980.63. That is the same number. That is also all of these debits that were closed as credits to close out these accounts. So it's the same thing. You can add them up to double check your math, but it's also given to me in my directions or in my calculations on my worksheet. So I'm going to put that number in there. So it's 364,980.63. So once again, I took that number from line 50, which is the total of the debit columns on the income debit sheet because these are all the debit numbers that I'm closing by putting them in the credit columns. All right, so a few more steps and then we're done here with this problem. Income summary and my retained earnings. Now, this is going to be where I use my income. So, my net income is 73,283.19. 73,283.19. And my last one is going to be my dividends, which is found on my balance sheet. It's on line 27. It is a debit, so I know I need it to be a credit to close it. So you can either do your credit first to close it, 16,000, and then we know we must have a debit here to close it out. All right, so now you've went through and closed out several different accounts. You've done your closing entries. So keep in mind, in order to close something, you must do the opposite. So it's if a debit, you must use it as a credit to close it, and so on. So all the numbers were given to you once again. You only had to do one small math calculation to get the right number. And that is it for 16.2. So go ahead and try 16.2 on your own. Good luck and take your time and just take those numbers right from the worksheet and move them along to the credit columns as needed. Good luck and take your time.